And away we go.
Right, so how's the day been?
Alright, I guess.
Alright, cool. Let's get right into the news then.
Alright,
Alright, so for the first story we have right now, Foreign Office set to discuss slavery reparations. Uh
yes.
well, I'll be honest with you, I don't have an opinion on it because it does not necessarily affect me negatively. But it doesn't affect me negatively, so what do you think?
Well,
Even if it is a thing.
well, on one hand, I understand that there are groups of people for centuries that have been through a lot, and they deserve some kind of compensation for what they've been through. On the other hand, even if there is compensation, mostly financially, is that enough to make up for the suffering that these groups of people have been through over the years? Like what kind of what kind of benefit does those kind of compensation have for those groups of people, other than that the financial freedom to live their lives?
Also, another question about that is like, how much would it be? Even if there were reparations, how much would it be for each person? And how would
Hmm.
and how would and how would they be able to pay every person? And how it it's not a question. I'm pretty sure they'll know. They'll find out somehow. Every black American in America, but still, how much would it be though? Like, would it just be like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000? Like, how much would it be? And on top of that, how are they gonna? How would they pay? How would they pay that? How would they pay it if they're in debt? If like we're in, they'll find a way. They'll find some sort of way to pay it, but like still, I'm just wondering how much would it be?
Well, it's gonna it's gonna be roughly a couple hundred thousands of pounds per person. It may vary depending on whereabouts the individual in question lives. Like maybe in a wealthy neighborhood, it could be more for essential goods and services relations to the prices in that area. But if there are those in less wealthy areas, it could be less. But still, regardless how much reparations or financial compensation it is given to the individual, it will be enough for them to live life the way they want to live life.
Well, that depends on how what they use the money on, though. Like that depends on like how the individual uses the money because some of them could just spend it all within a week, and the others could just like actually invest it, save it, like be smart with the money. Which is something that I would do. It's like I would put it into something that could benefit me long term. As far as like family goes, as far as I go, and yeah, for the most part, like here's the thing, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I can also believe that it would happen for a specific reason, and that would specifically be as a distraction, making Caucasian people upset that this even happened, that this was a thing, really bringing out the radical, like bringing out just like radical people in general who were upset about it and say like oh, like blacks don't deserve reparations, etc., etc., etc. I can really just see them just doing this as a distraction. I mean, it would benefit me because I would I would get something, but I can also ultimately see that I can also ultimately see if they actually went through with this. I would question why they did it now and why didn't they do it like years ago? Like
Yes,
why? Like yeah, I would question why they did it now and not like no, not even years, decades ago.
good question.
Yeah, so it's like that's really what I would be questioning. I mean, if it happens, I'll take the money. I'll take it, but I question why did it take them this long? Like what motive do they have behind this? That's really what I would be saying.
Exactly.
But yeah, for the most part, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen at the end of the day. I mean, but hey, who knows though? I mean, anything is honestly possible.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, but in other news, so far, like we got more proof that Michelle Obama is Michael Obama, is Big Mike. So pretty much in this other news, it seems that Michelle Obama voted as a man until 2008. That's pretty odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, why would a woman vote as a man for years and years and years, all the way up until 2008? You know, it's almost as if this isn't actually a woman. It's almost as if this is a transgender male. But this isn't me saying it. This is someone else saying it. I'm just reporting the news on, like, you know, what we may or may not know. Some
Yeah.
people think you were gonna say?
I was gonna say, yeah, there have been other people saying this for quite a while. It was only quite recently that this kind of information is becoming more well known, and there are more discussions revolving around this.
Exactly. I mean, like, you know, there's just more discussions, like, you know, revolving around this. I mean, shoot, there's even a lot of discussions revolving around Michelle or Michael being a alleged pedophile even before Michael became Michelle. But that is another story. But for the time being, we're just focusing on the fact that Big Mike maybe was most likely Big Mike before 2008. And that is, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people, a lot of men would probably be very upset because I'm pretty sure some men actually thinks Michelle Obama was beautiful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are some men who will be upset about that. But if it's true, then amen. What else can I really say? If it's true, then most people will be sick to their stomachs, and other people would probably be into that, like Obama, allegedly. But most people would be sick to their stomachs, like to that. But is there anything else in the news?
PayPal gave someone $92 quadrillion.
$1,000,000,000.
Yes,
That is a lot of dollars.
it
What
sure is.
what did they give them that money for?
Who knows? Someone
What
just
the
got $92 quadrillion. That's a
for
lot of
what?
money.
That's like life-changing money. You don't
Yes.
just give you don't just give that away.
No! That's like more money than everyone on Earth combined. At least 3 times over.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If I got that much money from PayPal, we probably would have moved out. Well, probably a week, probably in a week, because you know. But or just tomorrow in general. Who knows? But we would have moved out from that by now, man. That's life changing money. Shoot, I would have been able to retire early.
Yes.
Imagine
And
me saying, Imagine me saying as a 22-year-old, oh yeah, no, I'm retired. How did I get the money? Oh, PayPal sent it to me. No, PayPal sent me life-changing money, and I was able to retire at 22. So now I don't do anything. I just sit on my butt all day doing nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd probably do something. I'd probably do something. Like, I don't know, like prepare for what's to come. I don't know. I'd probably build a bunker of some sort. I'd do something. I would clearly do something productive with the money. Like, I don't know, build a house, build a underground bunker of some sort. But yeah, for the most part, man, it's like that's legitimately life changing.
oh yes.
And that's great. That's great. Do we know the person's identity?
Nope. The identity of this person is a mystery.
Oh wow, that person. Who knows? I'll be honest, man. Who knows? Yo, imagine if that person who received that much money was actually, like, you know, the person we have to worry about, like, after Trump or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna think that deep about it. The point is, that's life changing money, man. That's great. I mean, I don't know why. There must have been a glitch with PayPal, because, like, you know, no way that someone would just do it.
Yeah.
But hey, good luck to that person. And what else in the news?
Hawk Tour Girl is on Interpol Most Wanted list.
Is on what?
Hawk Tour Girl. Haley Welch is on Interpol's Most Wanted list.
How come?
Well, it's not clear, but if we recall, last time there was a controversy revolving around her. She launched her own crypto coin, and a lot of people were not happy with it because, well, it was just another way of Hawk Tour Girl to get the bag and settle for life.
Mm, okay, gotcha. So I will definitely say this, man. Haley Welch, I have been hearing her back in the news after the crypto scam. Man, she's on a wanted list. Crazy. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's not a big deal though. Like I'm gonna be honest, it's probably not that big of a deal. Something from both sides will probably get resolved. She'll probably be off that wanted list ASAP. You know, but Haley Lowe should pay for what she did. She scammed a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. At some point, we have to keep we have to make people responsible for the stupid decisions that they do. So I'm not gonna lie. Most people. Here's the thing. Most smart people would know not to invest in something like that because it's not a guarantee that they'll get paid. They'll get paid. You know, most people who are inexperienced, and I'm inexperienced too, but I'm just smart enough to just not do it. Because ultimately speaking, if you put your faith in a coin that you know it's gonna that you probably know it's gonna fail, that's your fault. That's your fault. I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't hear anything about the Donald Trump coin failing. You know, how is it actually going?
I wouldn't know because it's not in the news as much as Donald Trump himself.
Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure most people got their money's worth from that. Smart people probably pulled out. Like, they probably got their little bit of money from it and they pulled out. And for the most part, man, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, though. It really is what it is. And yeah, I mean, Haley Wax, I wish her the best of luck. I do. You know, I didn't get scammed by her, so I wish her the best of luck. And we'll see where she goes from here next. She's not going to be as relevant as she once was. That was literally 15 minutes of fame. I mean, people. I mean, just think about it. People on the internet are so horny that they made a girl famous simply for saying "Hawk 2." Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a minute. How stupid is that?
Very stupid.
It is. That's like me getting famous for telling someone the size of my junk. It's stupid. It's
Like, what's the
stupid.
point?
Exactly. What's the point, man? It's like, what's the point? And a bunch of girls, in my comment section, like you know, commenting proof or just DMing me proof. They want to see proof. That's like me commenting on how big my junk is. It's a stupid thing to get famous for. And frankly, I'm not gonna lie. If I was in that position, I would have said, on every podcast, all I said was how big my junk is. Why am I famous? Why am I legitimately here? It's like if I was in that position, I would probably be going off a bit on the people who made me famous. I would have been like, man, I'm grateful. I really am, but it's like at the same time, I should not be famous. For crying out loud, it's like I told you all I said was the size of my junk. I should not be in this position. At least that's what I would have said. I would have said that I'm grateful because I would be actually grateful, but it's like at the same time, it's a stupid thing to get famous for is what I'm saying. Just simply a woman is simply a bunch of horny dudes and possibly women got a person famous for saying Hawk 2. That doesn't, that's just dumb. It is.
Hmm.
But I would have also used that fame wisely and then faded into obscurity. On purpose. Or accidentally. But either way, I would have faded away after that. I don't know. But, is there anything else in the news?
Yes. Just gotta find what it was. Andrew Gwynn sacked as health minister over comments posted on a WhatsApp group.
What did he say?
Health min- Alright, so Health Minister Andrew Gwynn has been sacked over comments posted on a WhatsApp group. Mr. Gwynn reportedly made anti-Semitic comments and, quote, joked about a pensioner constituent saying he hoped he is unalived before the next election.
But he hoped that she is unalive before the next election. That's crazy.
Yes.
That's something that's crazy to say.
Yeah.
I
You,
mean,
you
don't
can't
get me
say that about anyone.
yeah, it's like, I mean, look, I get that you disagree with him, but it's like, honestly, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Uh, I mean, look, man, it is what it is. They dealt with him, they dealt with him, the best way that they could possibly deal with him. And, yeah, it's like, he shouldn't have said that. He definitely shouldn't have said that, but it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, he got what he deserved, and obviously, I'm not going to pray for anybody to get fired, but I'm not gonna hope and pray for anybody to get fired. And who knows? And who knows? Like, they probably could have given him like, better, like another chance. I mean, hold on. He said like the anti-Semitic. He said anti-Semitic comments too.
Yes, anti-Semitic comments and the fact that he wanted one of the constituents to be unalived before the next election.
Okay. I mean, like, I will say that you're not necessarily going to beat anything with the anti-Semitic comments, but like, you just kind of wrote your own grave when you just like, asked told when you said that you hope someone is like, unalive. I mean, yeah, you're definitely not coming back from that. But
Yeah,
either,
at that point they're done.
yeah, exactly. But either way, I am going to hope that his future endeavors are, amazing. I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors, and who knows, maybe he'll find some other work, and which he most likely will. And I wish him the best of luck, and I hope that he doesn't wish anybody to be dead anymore from
Hopefully.
here on out. Yeah, because you can't really come back from that. Anti-Semitism you can kind of come back from. Actually, no, anything. Actually, no, you know what? Anything you can come back from. It just depends on the place you work. I'm gonna be honest. It just depends. But is there anything else in the news?
Lebanon forms new cabinet after 3-year hiatus.
Wait, hold on. Say that one more time.
Lebanon forms new cabinet after 3-year hiatus.
What do you think about that?
Well, it's the first I'm hearing about this, so I don't have any strong opinions about it.
Oh, yeah, honestly, me neither. It's the first time I'm hearing about it, so I really don't have a strong opinion about it either. If I'm being 100% honest with myself. But in other news, Kanye, he's been going on a really, yay. Kanye, yay, whatever you want to call him. He's been going on like a real rant on Twitter as of late. He's been saying a lot of things. Like, he's
Yep,
been saying a lot of things as of late. He's been saying like, he's been saying like, how the Jewish community wrote Martin Luther King's speech, and then he proceeded to say Happy Black History Month, and then also he proceeded to, and then X proceeds to like, restrict all of his posts criticizing the Jewish community, and where like, his comments on like, white people remained unrestricted. So therefore, I'm not going to agree nor disagree with anything. All I'm going to say is like, yeah, but you can kind of see where like, Twitter's at in terms of this, and he's still tweeting too. How much do you want to bet that some of this is for promotion, and one half is for promotion and the other half is like just genuinely what he believes?
I split it half and half because I think it could work both ways.
Honestly, it could honestly work both ways. It really could. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, also in a recent tweet, Ye says Jews taught black people to hate white people for what they did. Straight white Americans get blamed for everything. Hmm. Straight white Americans get blamed for everything. The Jews teach black people to hate white people because they hate white people, while the Jews control and words with miseducation and control of all of the things. The Jews play victim when they are the true earthly hidden power and oppressors. And for the most part, I don't really know how true. You could say that there's a nugget of truth in there. There is. I try not to hate anybody, even if they hate me. But it is what it is now. At the end of the day, it
But
really
it
is.
was what it was.
Exactly. I mean, everyone will like interpret it the way that they want to interpret it. And you could say that like, so people will say that Ye is telling the truth or that he's just lying. And I could say that like, there definitely is like, there's something in it that like, that tells me there's a little bit of truth in it, but there's also something that tells me like, obviously, like, I'm not gonna say like, because of certain things that it's justified for us to like, just hate and be racist, like, back to like, other people. Nothing is ever, hate is not justifiable with hate. So, I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then, yeah, like it would just take forever to go like go through every tweet that he's made through the past like 12 hours to 24 hours. But like for the most part, hey, most people like what he's tweeting. He tweeted one time that he's God. Clearly, every Christian, like set or was against that, rightfully so. And yeah, so it's like I will say that like it's entertaining to watch, and we're gonna see what comes from it next. But hey, man, it is what it is, and we're gonna because the guy lives in Japan. The guy's a billionaire, so it's like he feels invincible. But we'll see where this goes. But what else is in the news?
Mexican influencer arrested, stabbed her ex-partner's girlfriend.
Why?
2025, the fertilizer was arrested for allegedly attacked a new girl of the former boy in a jealous rage to cut her more than 15 times.
A jealous
17-year-old Marianne Gonzaga, a native of Cancun, Mexico, is accused of prickly Valentine Hilabret with a knife, which caused serious wounds in the chest and neck.
She did this on Valentine's Day.
As of this recording, I don't think Valentine's Day has happened
Yeah,
yet.
actually, yeah, no, you're right, you're right. Okay, so a 17-year-old stabbed another 17-year-old out of a jealous rage.
Rough, I guess so. That's what they say.
Love is so.
Complicated.
It is, it really is. I mean, like, bro, come on. If that's your ex, why do you care? Was he the first guy you had sex with, and then now you're just automatically attached to him? You see, this is why this is why most people should wait. Because most people get attached to their if this is this woman's first guy that she really cared about, this is why most people should wait. I mean, most girls get so attached to like, their first guy that they're willing to do crazy stuff for them. Even if the guy doesn't really care about them, even if the guy does not care about them as much anymore. And also, really? Over an ex? That's so dumb. In Mexico too? Before
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day? Actually, personally, I don't care about Valentine's Day that much. And that's only because I don't have a partner. And also, I don't know. I'll be honest. I think it's on I believe it's on the 14th. I believe that's what my sister told me. I was like,
Yeah, it is on the 14th.
yeah, I was like, when is Valentine's Day again? I don't keep track of it, so I stopped
Fe
keeping. I kind of stopped keeping track of it after high school.
Same, but I still know the date anyway.
I didn't know the date till today. So
It
it's
happens.
like, yeah, I mean, it's been happening for a couple of years now because it's like I don't know. After high school, it's like I just don't pay attention to the holidays. I'll be honest, I'm debating if I even want to really give it attention, even if I get into a relationship. Even if I get into a relationship. Because, I don't know. It'll just pretty much be another day for me. It'll just be, personally, but like, as far as my partner goes, I'm not really sure. But for me, it would just probably be another day. I mean, obviously I'd do the things that like, I get my partner some flowers. I would do things for my partner, but it's like, ultimately speaking, it just would not be a big deal to me. Because, I don't know, it's a holiday. Didn't you try to show some sort of love to your partner almost every single day? Like, shouldn't, like, throughout the year? Shouldn't you try to, like, show that you love your partner, like, throughout, like, each and every single day of the year?
Yeah,
If not, if not at least once a week.
it only makes sense to do so.
Yeah, it's like, or like, at least try to like have a special gesture every like once or once every 1 or 2 weeks, something. I mean, that's your partner after all. But at the same time, considering I don't have one, it's way easier said than actually done, I suppose. But at the same time, it truly depends on the person. I'll be honest. Nah, that's all I got. Is there anything else in the news?
Indeed, there is. South Africa denounces a campaign of disinformation launched. Trump cuts aid to South Africa over white minority rights.
Wait, hold on. South Africa, what happened?
Trump cuts aid to South Africa over white minority rights.
I didn't even know we were like providing aid to South Africa.
Neither did I.
Um, over white minority.
Yeah, white minority rights.
Huh. Is it because like there's not that many white people in South Africa?
Yeah, because majority of people in South Africa are black. Because,
Oh man, Trump
yeah,
is not Trump is not gonna beat the racist allegations. He's never beating the racist allegations. That's all I'm gonna say.
no, there's no arguing with that either.
It's like
That's going to be a challenge.
yeah, Trump is never gonna beat the racist allegations over because like everyone is. It's like when you put it in that context, it's like okay, yeah, Trump is not gonna beat the allegations. It's like he's not beating the racist allegations. No matter how much the Republican man wants to spin it, he's never going to beat those allegations whatsoever. But at the same time, I mean, I'll be honest. If he were to give another reason why, because of the fact that maybe it's not our country, okay, fine. But because like there's no because there's barely any white people there, that's why. That does make you sound a bit racist, you know. But at the same time, um, it is what it is.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter which race is saying what about another race. If you're discriminating someone based on their race, it's still racist. Even if it is discrimination against white people. Like, you can't excuse racism against white people. Racism is discrimination against people upon race. Even if it's particular race that people say have so much privilege and is the minority of most Western civilizations. That's how I'll say.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree. Like it's like yeah, you definitely should not discriminate based on just like race. I mean, it would have been like something if he said like, okay, like it's just not our country to worry about, so I'm gonna cut aid from it, but like just because like everyone is black and not white.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like I mean, if it's not our country, I get it, but just because of someone's skin color, like it's like, bro, who cares?
Also, there are bigger problems in this world. Arguing about someone's identity. Is there enough money in one's pocket? Can people afford to put food on the table? Do people have the access to essential needs that they need? Those are the concerns people should be thinking about.
It's like, yeah, I 100% agree. And once again, it's like, Trump is just. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad I didn't vote for anybody. I really am. Not Kamala, not Trump. It was just like I said. I don't hate them personally, but I don't trust any of them. And, you know, a lot of people are gonna find out real late, real quick, why they shouldn't have trusted Trump either. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say what I said last time. I give it 3 years. 3 years of peace with no problems whatsoever, and then after the 3 years of peace are up, then we're gonna really get into the problems. 4 years of peace if we're lucky, but 3 years of peace now. I mean, you know, under Trump, it's not bound to be like, a smooth ride. I suppose for the time being, yeah, maybe it'll be a smooth ride. Smoothish ride. But, after those couple of years, people are going to just start, people are going to pretty much just start to, resent the guy, whether it's too late or not too late.
Yeah?
And I will say this, if we don't vote, they're just gonna they're just going to instill a president for us. But at the same time, I guess in order to be a president, you have to,
You gotta know the game. You gotta go with the flow and you gotta
yeah,
kiss the ring.
gotta know the game, kiss the ring. You have to also concede. Gotta also concede to like, Netanyahu by pulling his chair out and, receiving a pager from him or from someone. I think it was from Netanyahu, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think it was.
But anyways, yeah, it's like you got to concede to a certain extent in order to be president. Otherwise, Trump would have just lost again.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we know he would have won, but he would have definitely lost.
exactly.
So it's just one of those things where it's like you can't really control. So really, it's just all about how you play the game. You know, it's just, and frankly, even if any of us wanted to be president, we couldn't, because if we don't play the game, then none of the stuff we want to do could even, like, you know, and we can make some of those things happen, but most of those things would probably go under the woodworks. I would say that there would be no point in even making promises to like the American people that you can't, like, you know, give them. If, you know, obviously you can't, if you know deep down that you won't be able to make those promises. So like to the people that you told them they'll make the promises to. I mean, that's just the game, unfortunately. It's a rough game. It's an unfortunate game. It's a unfair game. It's a games game, but it's a game.
Yes, and there are many systems to play in.
Yes, there are definitely many systems to play in. Um, there are many levels to reach, and it just matters how much are you which levels are you willing to reach? Yeah,
True.
which levels are you willing to go in order to, like, you know, get something that's temporary, do something that's temporary. How much are you willing to sell the American people just to get whatever you want done? I mean, Trump, he's an American, but he's not the man of the people.
He really isn't.
What'd you say?
He really isn't.
I mean, at one point, I keep saying this, he
But
was.
not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, a lot of people love him, a lot of people hate him.
But he made
He's
a
not gonna,
difference.
yeah, he made a difference. And I will say this, I saw this one thing one time where in 26, when Trump got elected, the first time, this was when I was younger, I believe there was someone that said, like, you know, Trump, like, you know, all the racist people came out of hiding when Trump got elected. Part of that is true, actually. But it is what it is, though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. As far as races go, man, it's like, I'll be honest. I personally don't see the importance of like skin color. I mean, there are good and bad people in each race. I mean, it clearly, like, you know, if you're like a racist, you're not going to focus on the bad in your race. You're only going to focus on the bad in other races. But hey, man, to all, like, you know, everyone is, like, you know, all each of us be is pretty much what I'm gonna say there. To all each his own. I think that's the right wording for that. But is there anything else in the news?
Remember a couple nights ago we recorded a podcast episode discussing the very rare Stradivarius violin?
Yes, $18 million,
Yes,
right?
that's what it potentially could be sold for.
But
Yes, so as of this recording tonight, I was watching with my dad BBC News whilst we were having tea. BBC News reported the same story, saying roughly along the lines of the violin was sold for $11 million. So for
how
me, this is no, I'm not saying that the BBC are lying about this, but the best defense, in my opinion, they could have for this, are they measuring in US dollars or Australian dollars? Because I think 11 million US dollars is equivalent to 17.49 Australian dollars. I could give them that if that was the case. But
mm,
the thing is, 1914 violin made by Antonio Stradivari is set to be auctioned at Sotheby's in New York on Friday with an estimated value of 12 million US dollars to 18 million US dollars. If sold at the top end, it could surpass the 15.9 million US dollars record for the 1721 Lady Blunt Stradivarius.
That is pretty interesting.
Yes.
Definitely interesting. And it could be true as well. It really could
Yeah.
be true. I mean, hey, anything is possible then.
It is true, yeah.
It is what it is though. It really is what it is. And I mean, first it was high. First the amount was high. Now it got low a little bit. It's still high, but it got low a little bit. You never really know what to expect from the BBC.
It's not just the BBC. Other sources were saying that the Stradivari violin that was made in 1714 was sold for $11.3 million, according to roughly 50 to around 70 something sources. Well, 30 new sources have said that the 1914 Stradivarius violin could be sold for 18 million. So, has it been sold or has it not been sold? Like,
Uh, Pretty much we don't know what to believe.
yeah. So, this is exactly why I don't fully trust mainstream news or even independent news outlets, because there's always going to be a perspective. They're going to have different figures from what they gathered from their ends. So it's important that you do not look at just one source, because although they say what the story is, that doesn't mean that's the whole story. There's more to it. You have to look at other news outlets because they'll have a different perspective. They would have asked other people that news source A didn't get access to.
It's true. That is true. That is true. But in other news,
Yes.
oh, I thought you had something. I was waiting. I was like, in other news,
Flu season in the United States is the most intense it's been in at least 15 years.
is it? Is it really?
Well,
I
that's what they're saying.
haven't noticed anything. I mean, my sister had like a scratchy throat, but she wasn't really sick. I mean, I haven't gotten sick, so that's great.
The
But I mean,
CDC estimates that there have been at least 24 million flu illnesses,
okay,
310,000 hospitalizations, and 13,000 deaths this season, including at
oh,
least 57 children.
okay, come on, really?
Come on now.
From the from the flu, from the flu.
The flu.
You know
It's
how
been going
dumb
on
that?
for this has been going on for decades. I thought we got it handled by now.
We should have. Who created the flu? Someone created the flu.
Yeah,
So I'm pretty
someone
sure
has to. Yeah,
decades
it has
ago.
to come from. It has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure decades ago it wasn't. The flu wasn't even a thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. There were sicknesses and illnesses, obviously, but
Yes,
you know,
it's gonna happen to people.
yeah, but like the flu. Really, come on. Like, shut up. Actually, no, no. If older people did from the flu, fine.
Fair enough.
I, I get fair enough. I get that they're old in age, they're up there. But I have never heard of anyone dying from the flu. I mean, unless it's like a rare case if they're just like very sickly people and they're like just sick all the time.
Or is there's other health complications that where the flu may actually be life-threatening
Yeah,
in such
exactly.
rare cases like that.
Yeah, that I get. But it's like, come on. I feel like they're just inflating these numbers now.
You can't just say that this many people are ill with the flu and have from it without some kind of other analysis about how they got it, why have they got it, and what should they do to stop it from happening. You can't you
Exactly.
can't you can't just say that. You can't just say stuff like that and just think, oh my gosh, it's gonna happen to us. Like no, this is fear mongering. Yes, I get
It,
people get sick, but you can't. This is so much. There's a lot for me to get into, and there's so much going on. Like
yeah, I mean,
again,
it's just
we're going through enough already. We don't need to worry too much about illnesses, viruses, when those who are still lively and healthy and well, they need to get by in life.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, we might even have another pandemic. We might have another pandemic. So yeah, we definitely don't need to worry about that. We need to worry about
Yes,
what's the potentially come next.
exactly. It will come when
Plus,
we least expect it.
yeah, plus the flu's been around for decades. Like, like as of right now, it's been around for a couple of decades. So I mean,
Yeah,
whether if it was made in a lab or not, you know, yeah. I mean, we don't need to worry about that because it's been around and I don't think anyone from it unless they had like more like health concerns and health conditions. If they just had more like health concerns and health conditions. But other than that, it's like I don't think anyone really from the flu. There's just like bigger things to worry about than the flu. And that's how people are going to handle another potential quarantine. I don't For a lot of people who aren't really aware of like what's going on in the world, most people won't be able to handle that. Me, you, and Risk, we could probably handle it. Our families could probably handle it. Other people could probably handle it too. But it's like we got to worry about that type of stuff. And it is what it is at the end of the day.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's like there's just a lot of things to worry about in this world now, and we gotta just keep our priorities straight on like one thing and one thing only, and that's preparing for the worst,
exactly.
because the worst is gonna come, whether if you
And
want to see, whether if you want to see it or not. The worst is coming.
and it's yet to come.
Exactly, it's yet to come. It will come though.
Oh yeah.
But is there anything else in the news?
New Iranian warship could reshape power in the Persian Gulf.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
New Iranian warship could reshape power in the Persian Gulf.
How so? Does it say?
Yes, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard, Guard Corps unveiled its first drone carrier warship, the Shahid Bagheri, expanding the country's naval capabilities. The vessel was launched at the Persian Gulf port of Bandar Abbas, showcasing Iran's growing military presence.
Hmm. Interesting. You said
Yes,
Islamic?
yes, it's Iran, the Persian Gulf port. It was unveiled.
I really have no strong opinion about that. Do you?
No, I don't have strong opinions about Iran, but I'm aware that a lot of Muslim nations are not too fond of Iran because of separate branches to Islam.
Yeah, the separate branches and whatnot. I really don't know the separate branches. Eventually, I'll do that research, but for now, I'm not. I should though. I really should. If I'm really gonna bring it up into a conversation, I really should.
Yeah,
That's like the basis. That's like probably the basis of what I should. But
true.
it's like yeah, but hey, yeah, no strong opinion about that. I will say,
Eh, it's
yeah,
whatevs.
it is whatever. But in other news,
UK asks Apple to hand over global cloud backups.
interesting. Do you think that'd be a good thing?
What do you think, Eric?
I have no idea. I
Like
don't.
a a national government asking a multi-billion dollar corporation for some sort of hardware, and that
Hmm.
is it. It could go any way, but that's the broad idea.
Okay. So yeah, it can go either way. It can be either good or bad.
I
I
see more of it being bad than it actually being good. Why would a federal or national government ask a multi-billion dollar company for something? What is the gain from that?
That's
What do they
true.
want?
That's true. What is the game from that exactly? I mean, hey man. But ultimately the decision is theirs. Whether they want to concede to that or not. But either way, hey man. I don't think there's really much to gain. I mean, yeah, I can't really think of anything else. There's nothing to gain. There's nothing.
Yeah.
But they'll make the right decision. I
Yeah,
assume.
Yeah, Apple has rejected that request, so something's been done right. I'll give them that.
Yeah, but in other news,
Hank Azaria says idea of AI replacing him on The Simpsons makes
wait, they're praising him on The Simpsons doing what?
Hank Hank Azaria says the idea of AI replacing him on The Simpsons makes him sad.
He's getting replaced on The Simpsons by AI.
Maybe. I
That's
mean, it's not confirmed, but it kind of looks like the AI is advanced enough to go that extent.
Here's the thing. That's why I probably still would, but at the same time, I wish. That's why I wouldn't do voice acting, bro. Because it's like your job can easily be taken by AI. That's actually really sad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd feel sad too if AI was gonna replace me. And sooner or later, AI is gonna eventually replace all the voice actors, and they're gonna be out of jobs. I mean, unless they're like professional actors outside of that, like real actors outside of that. But other than that, it's like, bro, they're gonna be out of a job.
Yeah,
And soon, like, AI is just gonna replace everyone as far as like, voice acting goes. Acting, they should be safe, but at the same time, you still should keep on your toes in terms of what AI could possibly do. Because even AI, they could probably make AI movies, AI start to make AI movies with the same actors, and just go from there. You should still be on your toes, and it's like you should like acquire a job where AI can't replace it at least as quick as you think that they could, or never. But what kind of a job like that is out there? Actually, there are a few, but still, you need to get a job where you won't be replaced by a digital by by something digital. But hey, man, it ultimately is what it is.
yeah.
But hey, man, John, man, imagine if like you were out there and you got replaced by AI. How would you feel?
Well, the thing is to consider, like there will come a point something like that will happen. I do have a plan for it, but if someone does plan to use AI to replace me, all I can say is, what are you gonna do about that? Because I know something like this is gonna happen. I have put a copyright on my personality, my voice, and my identity. You use me if you use my identity without my permission, you're going to have to pay royalties to me, or pay some compensation.
Hey, that's smart. That is
Yes,
definitely smart. It's like if you're gonna use my likeness, you might as well pay me to use it.
exactly.
I mean, yeah, you might as well get something out of someone using your likeness. So just like make a show or make a movie. So hey, I mean, either way, you'll be getting something. But hey,
True.
man, once again, I might not give it 3 years until AI replaces people as a whole. I'd probably give that more time.
Yeah, I
I'd
agree.
probably give that far more time. But as far as the 3 years go, I give it 3 years until things start to go, until stuff starts to hit the fan, and like everyone will have to like make a choice of some sort. Whether that choice is to take the mark or whether that choice is to like do something else, I don't know what that choice would be. But everyone will have a minimum of 3 years to get out of whatever situation they're in, including myself, so that we can do actually like be free. But then again, even free people aren't going to be safe. I mean, rich people aren't going to be safe. Like free people aren't going to be safe. Poor people are definitely not going to be safe, and the middle class is not going to be safe at all. So it's like it's just a matter of decision making. We're gonna have to make some form of a big decision. Um, somewhere in 2020. Okay, so it's 2025, 27. And if we're lucky, 2028, when Trump's presidency is officially up. But then again, he may also get
Another
impeached.
4 years.
I was gonna say impeached, but another 4 years?
Yes, I have heard that the 22nd Amendment might get repealed and may give Trump the leeway to get another 4 years on top of his current 4 years that he has now.
So pretty much because he didn't serve his other 4 years, he would get another 4 years.
Yes.
So okay, so pretty much because he served 3 years before, and he's possibly going to serve 4 years again. And then if it gets reproached, he's going to serve another 4 years. We would have had him for 11 years.
Yes.
There are people who are going to be pissed about that.
Oh, yes. Certainly.
Yeah, no.
They're going to lose it.
Yeah, they're definitely going to lose their minds. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lose my mind. I won't care. But other people will. And not gonna lie, man, I just wouldn't know what to say.
Neither do I.
Really just wouldn't know what to say about Trump getting another 4 years. In total, 8 years. But we're just gonna see what happens. And we're gonna see how things play out. And if Trump, there are gonna be a lot of people who are gonna be happy about this. Like, yeah, Trump, the man, the myth, the legend, Trump. There are a lot of people who are gonna be happy about it.
Yeah.
I know that.
And then there's going to be people that are going to be furious about it.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna be like, yeah, yeah, that's an understatement. Okay, but yeah, no, there's definitely gonna be people who are gonna be upset about it, like deeply upset. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait to see what happens and let's see if that actually does happen.
Absolutely.
But is there anything else in the news?
How a French lawmaker's report led to a cybercrime investigation of X, or Twitter.
Oh man, what did the French do now?
French prosecutors are investigating Elon Musk's social media platform, X, formerly Twitter, over allegedly biased algorithms. That's according to multiple reports released on Friday.
Oh, what would happen if he's found guilty?
Yes, we all know where this is gonna go.
Yeah, we all know where this is gonna go. But it's most likely not gonna lead to anything because Elon Musk is our hero. He's our free speech champion. He's our savior. You know, Elon Musk is that guy. If you can't tell, I'm joking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's like,
know.
yeah. But, yeah, it's like, in all seriousness though, like, this is, I don't know. Elon seems like he's in a lot of things. He's in a lot of stuff nowadays. More people seem to hate him more because it's like, his platform that's supposed to be quote unquote free speech is not actually free speech.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever happens, happens. Elon, I like Twitter. I'll be honest. I might take 1 or 2 months off Twitter. Actually, no. I might take a month off just because I want to see something. I want to see something personally. I want to observe something and see something personally. So yeah, but maybe Instagram too. We'll see what happens. But yeah. As far as Elon goes, it's like yeah. Hey man, good luck. If something bad happens, I hope nothing bad happens. But if something bad happens, then good luck. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. What about you? Oh, I was gonna say, what about you? What do you think?
Well, I'm not too in favor, not too against. I know how the ropes work. Well, whatever happens, someone is going to be emotional about it. That's for
They
sure.
will. That's true. What else is in the news?
Norway gets first ship to carry waste carbon to undersea storage.
Interesting. Do you have any strong feelings about that?
No, it's the first time I'm hearing about this.
Honestly, me too. It's been a while since I played PlayStation. I know people are definitely waiting. I know people are definitely waiting for like the GTA 5 to come out. Is it coming out this year or next year?
I haven't been keeping track of that because they're always pushing the date back to next year, the year after that, the year after that, and so on.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't really been keeping up about with that either. Honestly, I still want to play it though. But it is what it is. If I don't. So, is there anything else in the news?
Taiwan sends officials to US to discuss possible Trump tariffs. Yeah,
Why?
well, Taiwan has sent officials to Washington to discuss possible US tariffs by President Donald Trump and has made preparations should they be imposed. Economy
So,
Minister Ko Jae-hui said on Saturday.
So possible U.S.
Yes. Well, other than going against PRC, I do they do have the Taiwan does make very good computer chips and technology and other hardware technology capabilities. They're very good.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Taiwan has a bunch of smart people. But why would there be terrorists there? Like, are they trying to obtain the information? If so, that's reasonable. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying that's a reason.
Well,
Oh man, Kanye tweeted slavery is a choice. No!
hey,
Yeah,
yo, come on,
whoa,
man.
wasn't a choice. I don't care. He's just tweeted. Some people
Let
think he's a clone. But anyways, yeah. As for Taiwan, yeah. I mean, if they're concerned, they're right to be. They have a right to be concerned. And if there are actually if there are actual U.S. terrorists in their country, then they need to get out of there and they need to come back to the U.S. and serve whatever time that they have to serve here in the U.S. so they don't serve it in Taiwan. I mean, but at the end of the day, we should, uh, even as a terrorist, you shouldn't be worried about another country. I mean, you know, if Trump sent them out there, then that's one thing. I'm not saying he did, but if he did, that's one thing. It's another thing if you're just going on out there by your own free will to gather something, even though you're probably going to gather nothing. But hey, it is what it is, though, and I hope Taiwan, if there are possible U.S. terrorists out there, I hope they're captured. And yeah, that's it. I don't really wish any torture on them. I just hope they're captured and country of Taiwan is safe.
yes, me too.
All right. Is there anything else on the news, or is that it?
I think that's it.
All right. Peace.
Peace.